RBC, we believe that arts and culture contribute to a vibrant city. And with the RBC Emerging Artists Award, it's our hope that the recipient will utilize the prize to help further their careers in the art genre of their choice, moving from emerging to established. We're really excited to announce that this year's winner is Brett Dahl, a queer performer, theater educator, and writer. Brett brings a unique insight to the arts, giving voice to the queer perspective as an advocate of the LGBTQ2S+ community. We support diversity in all aspects of community and applaud Brett's commitment to being a catalyst for change in theater and queer storytelling. Congratulations, Brett.
I am a queer actor, writer, director, producer, and I am the host of a queer cabaret called Sissy Fit. My play Like Orpheus premiered exactly a year ago at Theatre Outre in Lethbridge, and after that production we actually toured to Dublin, Ireland at the International Dublin Gay Theatre Festival, where we won some great awards. I started writing because I felt like queer voices weren't being heard or seen on stages, and my voice as an actor wasn't being tapped into. So I started transitioning from an actor to a playwright, and now I'm transitioning to directing and producing to help other queer people in the province and in the city have a chance to share their voice as well. I feel like sometimes as a queer individual in the arts, especially theatre, I've sort of been on the sidelines watching my peers go ahead, and I've really had to fight through the trenches to be seen and to be recognized like this is a huge honor. I'd like to thank RBC for the Emerging Artists Award, Calgary Arts Development, Theatre Outre, and of course Joshua Dalladone.
Calgary being the fourth largest destination of choice for immigrant refugees in the past number of years, one of the things that always was missing is recognizing the artistic talent that newcomers are bringing to Canada. This year, Aya, amazing person, I think a young woman that has a lot of passion for what she does. She came as a refugee to Canada, a Syrian refugee to Canada, stayed a few days in Montreal, and then she made the right decision to come to Calgary. And she's been in Calgary. She actually deserves an award anyway because of what she has done and what she has gone through and how she managed her life.
I'm a musician. I play an Eastern instrument called oud. Throughout my music, throughout the songs that I'm writing, performing, composing, I'm trying to amplify the suffering people's voices, and I'm trying to represent their human rights, and I'm trying to shout loudly using all the materials that I have, which is music and my vocal. Winning this award means a lot because being recognized from this community is a huge thing. For this blessing, I want to thank CCIS and Calgary Arts Development who gave me this opportunity. I want to thank my friends who had a faith in Aya. And I want to thank my family who supported me since the beginning and believed in me to achieve my goals. And for sure, my baby Inya, who gives me a reason to stay productive, motivated, and happy.
The SANDSTONE City Builder Award is presented to an artist or an arts organization who enriches the social well-being of Calgary. SANDSTONE is proud to present the City Builder Award to FemWave Calgary. FemWave has really been able to carve out a spot for themselves in the local music scene by highlighting underrepresented groups such as women and non-binary artists, and thereby giving them exposure and presenting them with opportunities. The safer space policy that they have at their festival really aims to be all-inclusive by preventing harassment, and really leads to inclusivity and diversity amongst all festival attendees.
FemWave is Calgary's only multidisciplinary feminist arts festival, and it aims to create space for marginalized artists, specifically women and non-binary artists in the city. So FemWave's been around for 5 years. We just celebrated our 5th annual festival this past November. The reaction to FemWave has been incredible. When we started, we thought it was just going to be a small one-day festival showcasing some artists in the city, and we had so much feedback from people that wanted FemWave to happen and keep going and get bigger that we've now grown it into a 4-day festival that just keeps happening and growing year after year. So we're just trying to keep up with the demand for it at this point. So this award means a lot to us. I think this is the first official award we've really been granted. So it's nice to feel recognition in the city and feel that people really see the work that we're doing and the tireless effort that tons of us are putting into this festival to make it happen. Thank you to SANDSTONE Asset Management and to Calgary Arts Development for their support. It means a lot to have organizations like that behind us and seeing the work that we're doing. Also want to thank all of our tireless volunteers for the endless work that they put into our organization to make sure that it keeps getting bigger and better every year.
The ATB Healing Through the Arts Award was created for artists whose work specifically addresses health and wellness issues. At ATB, we understand the healing power of art and how expressing ourselves through art, as the artist or as the person experiencing it, can bring hope and comfort. ATB is thrilled to announce this year's recipient, Dick Averns. Through his collage, drawing, and text-based art workshops, he helps people explore mental wellness, allowing them to share their stories and make mental wellness visible. We at ATB thank him for his important work and the impact it's made in the lives of Calgarians.
The content of my practice essentially unpacks the commodification of space. So these would be spaces which we inhabit, whether they're physical spaces or mental spaces, and how space is bought, sold, exchanged, or contested. Increasingly, the work that I undertake is in the field of social practice. And with social practice, art is created by community participants for their own benefit and that of the broader community. I'd like to thank Jacob Huffman for nominating me, ATB, for this terrific award, the artist Hugh Mackenzie, who 20 years ago gave me the strength to seek out medical help for my own mental health condition, all those in the community that have believed in me, that have taught me the value of belonging, attachment, not being quick to judge, and of course, my family.
The ROZSA Foundation Emerging Arts Administrator Award is designed to recognize the efforts of an early or mid-career arts administrator who is benefiting and doing great work not only for the organizations that they work for, but also for the community of arts administrators and the arts sector as a whole. We were really excited to give the award to Erin this year. We know her well through our arts leadership programs, but the work that she's doing in the community is also really noteworthy. But she's also really a great community builder, and she's finding ways to support other arts administrators who are working for small arts organizations and really sort of bolstering the work of arts administrators across the city through the efforts that she's putting in.
I am the manager for Spiritus Chamber Choir and managing director for the Calgary Boys Choir. I'm a musician and an instructor. Spiritus Chamber Choir is an auditioned amateur choir here in Calgary, a recent recipient of the Healy-Willan Prize for Best Chamber Choir in Canada by Canada Council. The Calgary Boys Choir offers music instruction to boys from kindergarten all the way up in a safe and inclusive environment. I see my role with these two choirs being representative of the multiple people in our city that wear various hats and support other organizations. And through this sharing economy, it's important that we share our people power across various organizations to help them succeed. I would like to thank my partner and kids for their support, my boards of director and artistic directors, Timothy Shantz, Paul Grinley and Catherine Burko, and the ROZSA Foundation for continuing to offer these opportunities and leadership programs in our city to help support our programs.
The MAMDANI Arts Leadership Award is to recognize leaders that are so important to facilitating the arts movement in Calgary. The arts in Calgary make Calgary a livable city, a world-class city, and a city that people are attracted to move into. Meg and Bob have been instrumental in the creation of the Music Mile in Calgary. Their leadership, their devotion, their commitment, and their enthusiasm. Their vision of creating more gigs for more musicians and more locations have made the Music Mile the incredible success it is today.
It's a mile, Music Mile, from Studio Bell in East Village to the Blues Can in Inglewood, along 9th Avenue Southeast and blocks nearby. It's the collective goal of the members of the Music Mile Society of Calgary to make this area into a well-loved, music-themed destination district that is the pride of Calgary, no less. Think what 6th Street has done for Austin.
Meg and I would like to thank, first of all, those over 7,500 working musicians who show up and play music, live music for us on the Music Mile every year. We'd also like to thank the 20 to 30 stages and venues who bring to us on the Music Mile over 50 live music acts every week, all year round. Most important, Meg and I would like to thank the MAMDANI family for this wonderful award and for the recognition it gives to art in this town.
The award was established in 2012 when Doug and I were the co-chairs for Calgary as a cultural capital. And certainly it was very evident to us how fortunate that we are to have these amazing artists that could live anywhere in the world.
I think we're so fortunate in our city to have somebody like Katie, who stays in Calgary, focuses Calgary, travels around the world, is known around the world, but brings the attention to the arts that she brings in our city and province. I think it's incredible to get people like Katie to stay in Calgary and practice in Calgary. We're very, very fortunate for that.
She is not only an artist, she's a teacher, she's a mentor. She has done so much for young people. I can't begin to tell you how thrilled I am that she's receiving this award as an example of what you can do and keep doing, because I want everybody to see her work at the Esker Foundation. It is truly, I want the world to see it. It is so exceptional.
I'm a sculptor, and I've been sculpting in a professional way probably about 60 years. And I'm really interested in participation. And this is where tactility comes in. And then from tactility, movement in sculpture comes in. The surfaces of objects so that they're smooth and tactile, inviting touch. I would say perceptively, it takes a few moments to really comprehend what's happening. And once that comprehension sets in, you become integral to the sculpture. So I've been teaching at the Alberta College of Art from 1970 to 2016. It's been entirely stimulating. I owe the college so much because you're working with creative students that give back. It's been quite overwhelming and a rich experience to meet the Honourable Mitchells. I have the Alberta College of Art to thank. I also have the Stewart family to thank. Sculpture is very physically and emotionally very, very hard work, but it's passion driven.